it a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it a little more because I got an hour and 15 minutes left of onboarding BU without limits. I do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I am Eastern time, y'all. I'm Eastern finally. I've been wanting to be Eastern time for a long time. I used to be in the Midwest, Nebraska. I shout out to Nebraska though, home of Malcolm X. And I don't know if I want to really shout out Warren Buffett or any of those other things, but I'll just shout out the home of Malcolm X. But yeah, I'm glad to be here in the NC, right? And I'm loving it right now. So I'll be out there in these streets. So anybody in NC, you might see me in person. If you see me in person, I am really shy. So all the stuff I talk about being shy, y'all, ooh, she really is shy in person. Look at her. But no, I'm pretty cool in the social spaces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marshall, I am shy. But
You're not
yeah,
shy. Lies, and deceit will get you nowhere. You are not shy. Nah, I just want to mention both the young lady that was on the show yesterday, Natasha, and Adama. They're both in North Carolina, so might be a good opportunity to link up and shoot some content. I know Natasha is really into holistic healing research as well as AI, so it might be a good opportunity for you to meet some new people down there that are also in the same industries.
I heard. I talked to her. She did tell me. She said she's about 45 minutes away from where I am in Charlotte. So yes. And she's in the AI tech space. We was geeked out one day. We was going on and on. And I was like, ooh, she's a geek. Okay, I get it. So yeah, she's so cool and she's funny at the same time. Adama. Yes, she's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with her too. Joe, you want to give it a go? Now, that's going to be my tagline every time I say your name. I'm sorry, Joe. I just have to do it. You want to come off mic and let me know what your favorite vertical is? I would love to know.
Yeah, I would love to know what you mean by vertical, because the only vertical I know is either up, down, sideways, or whatever.
So this is the good place to find out about it. You're in onboarding. So Isaac calls verticals the different features that we have to use on the apps, and the grid, the flicks, the fan base plus, even the audio rooms is a vertical, as what I'm using it for, a vertical. This is one of my favorites. This is where I am most of the time, but I'm also on the other flicks. And I like Silver said about the Fanbase Plus, it's not getting in many views because of just where they're doing with enhancing the app and things. So what I use Fanbase Plus is a lot of times I have like live streams. I'll put it on my Fanbase Plus. So I do use that, and then like I'll do clips through Opus Clip, which I talk about all the time because now we get to break it down into short form content, which people have attention to more than the long form. And I get it because we don't have enough time to do all of those things. Watch a long clip. No, we don't have time. We just want to watch 2 minutes or less. So I get it. So I say, like I said, my favorite is the flicks. So now that you know the verticals, matter of fact, if I look on your profile, you have 4 posts right now. And if I go there, I see you are using the grid, so that's a vertical. So you're definitely using the grid. If I go to the next tab over, you do have some videos, the short form videos, which are the flicks. The next one over is the fan base. Plus, you have some exclusive content. Shout out to you. You have some exclusive content. So that's the verticals. Now that you know and have a breakdown of what they are, can you let me know? I kind of can tell by looking on your profile which one's your favorite because it looks like that's where you put most of your content. But let me just hear it from you. What's your favorite?
Right now, Flicks or Flex or whatever they call it. Um, that one there, I get the time that I need in order to, say what I want to say. Because sometimes, of course, I can get long winded, which I'm trying to cut down. Uh, I really didn't know that much until just now about Fanbase Plus. I mean, throw some stuff out there. But hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was just going through trying to figure out, okay, which is which. I don't too much care for the posts. The posts don't really do, much for you. Um, that's just me. Okay, maybe I need to work with it, a little more. But yeah, Flex is my go-to. It's my favorite to put out what I want to say, do. Matter of fact, when I do my background story, that's what I'll be using is Flex, and it's a lot. It's only been 3 months, and most of my time has been really because I know TikTok so well, and my audience over there is larger, and a lot of them, and I'm trying to push and get them the fan base, so that way they can get familiar with it and get familiar with how we do it versus over there. I'm still pushing it, but I need to spend some more time with fan base and implement some stuff, and just kind of get a grip, on what's going on. I think once like I said, I'm hands on. So once I figure something out, then I can work it. I can work it better. But yeah, Flix is definitely mine.
Okay, that's fair. I think when people are new, that's where they gravitate first anyway. And I realized that you can put short form videos on the grid. So that may be something to consider when you have, and the stories. Some people love the stories, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't use the stories as much, but the stories seem to be a really popular space for people to drop something really quick, a minute or less. So that may be something to check out too. You hit that red plus when you're on your profile, and that'll take you to all the different verticals that you can choose from.
You
Some
can't
people,
get no you can't get no preaching no minute. Give them a microphone. You got to sit back and relax.
but if you're doing commercials, if you look at things on a commercial base, you just want to give people little midgets or widgets of information. You don't want to give them everything all in one time. You want to give them a teaser, something that they can say, okay, I see what you're doing. And that's what a story will do. It's just enough to give them a teaser. But Daniel, you came off. You got something for me?
Yeah, I actually want to drop give Joe a little gem about the story feature. So what you can do to utilize the story feature on Fanbase, it allows you to right before you upload your story, you can actually save it, and then you can use that as a post for your profile. So you get two for the price of one, as they say. So I encourage you to use the story features, and then if you feel like it's content that could be used for a post, just download it to your device. There's a little icon that pops up in the right hand corner, the little download feature, so that you can expand your profile and get more content in. All right, just want to drop that little onboarding gem. Going back on mute.
Onboarding digital love. Yo, that's pretty cool. See there? You just get all kind of onboarding information in the room for creators, right? And I'm looking forward to your Wednesday marketing, Daniel. I am, because we no longer have a Wednesday marketing team. They're busy doing other things, and that's understandable. So, what was that statement that we always say now? Be the change you want to see. So, with that being said, that's what I want to see. That's what you wanted to see, and you making it happen. King Jeffy, we ain't forgotten about you. You ain't came off the mic yet. What's your favorite? What's your favorite vertical? Talk to me.
I'm at work, but I use the audio ones the most. Well, give me a second though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that. Silver. Um, so you mentioned the fan base plus. Can you can you tell us another one I know you got a lot of different posts. Can you give us another one? One of your favorites? I think the flicks is your favorite because I see a lot of your flicks go across my screen. So I think you mentioned Fan Base Plus, but I think the Flicks is one of your favorites too. I'm just saying because I see a lot of those on LinkedIn. Silver's on LinkedIn. He's posting his Silverfox Luxury. He's on, where else did I be seeing you? I don't know if I see you on X much though. I don't see you on.
No, I'm not on X anymore. I don't have that. I don't have that profile. I mean, I don't have that anymore.
Are you on
But I'm
Instagram?
on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, um, Telegram, uh, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, YouTube,
Okay,
TikTok.
so your YouTube channel, we don't see. I don't see much of your YouTube channel. That's what it is. So I think I did.
Yeah, my YouTube. I was using my YouTube when I was in Hawaii. I was using my YouTube for stuff I was doing in Hawaii. Um, but I don't use it as much. But because I've been posting a lot more stuff here, so I don't use it too much. I've been trying to be more active here than on these other platforms because they don't really give me the outreach that fan base does. So I put a lot of my energy over here. So even if I post something on YouTube, I'm going to put it over here anyway. So, but I'm trying to draw more people to fan base to see my content than to be posting on other content.
Well, that's the point. So this is what I've been hearing, and Isaac kind of has mentioned in the past. He doesn't say it too much, but the whole point of um, the other social sites is to use it as a funnel. So what I usually do when I post something like Sack Blacks is a prime example. When he has his events that he has on Thursday, I'll post a clip, one of his clips, and then I'll be join fan base, because it's only going to happen on fan base. So just making it as a funnel to bring people over, not just posting to get likes, views, and all of that, but to target it to come back over the fan base. So that's kind of what I do. That's why I tell people share your profile, tell them, hey, come on over to fan base and follow me on fan base. So that way you're making it as a funnel. I know Daniel, I will love it when you do your Wednesday marketing because that's kind of what we were talking about too is we're on these other spaces, we're collaborating now, so we should be meeting each other, saying, hey, tagging each other, sharing our stuff on these other platforms because we're bringing that attention back to fan base. So that's the strategy behind these other ones. Just like Isaac said, it's not necessarily to get recognized on that other platform, it's to get funneled over the fan base. Bring that, whatever we got going on, just let them know. Come on over to fan base because we're doing XYZ. So yeah, we can really do some amazing things when we can do it as a team. I think that's the
Yeah,
missing link. We
I
don't do it as a team.
exactly, exactly. If anything, if you guys are on LinkedIn, or if any new users as well are on LinkedIn, join us. Find us over on that platform, and follow each other. Let's just keep building this community. And I know specifically, I use fan base for that. What it is, I take the last part of fan base seriously. Fan base is like it's my home base. So I start here and then I branch out to all these other platforms. So spreading the platform all at the same time.
Exactly. You was in the main a little bit, but I got the gist of what you were saying. Right. It's always to be a funnel to bring people back over to fan base because we have events and things that we want them to see. I know I do that for my onboarding. When I say come to onboarding, new people come here. This is where you'll start. This is where you learn about how to fan base. And that brings the crowd. That's what you want to do. So as long as I think there's a strategy for being on these other platforms, then I think it's well worth using. And fan base is still there. Fan base is still active on YouTube, LinkedIn, X. There. So I said I'm going to be everywhere fan base is because I can at least like and share their content when they post it, and I can see whenever they post it. What's really interesting, sometimes we get information about fan base, not even on fan base because we're not really connected like that. But we find out a lot about fan base on these other social sites instead of the own app, right? I've found one new creator that came to fan base that I wouldn't have seen if I was like on fan base, but I did see it on YouTube. So there's a lot of things that we're seeing on these other platforms because they're not communicating it back to the app. No fault of theirs, they're busy, we get it. So that's why I think it's beneficial to be every in these places too, because we're getting all these information sources from fan base wherever they are. So that's kind of why I'm everywhere. Because fan
What,
base is.
Joyce? One of the
Yes, sir.
things that I had done was I came over when I first came over to Fanbase. I took a picture of their logo, and then and then I took it over, and then I did a yeah. What I'm trying to say is I did a recording with that background on TikTok, and put in, hey, this is our new home fan base. Come on over. I had a couple of the DJs who came, and they came back and asked questions uh, about not being able uh, to really do what they do here on fan base that they do on the other platform. And a lot of our followers, they came back with the question, and this is the one that got me the most, is that when they go to the app to get the app, they have a two part. They get confused with the question there that are you here, for just social, or uh, are you here with, to be creator? And then once they see that, put your tax information in. That's where I lost several from following me over to fan base. And I don't. I mean, even when I did it when I first did it seemed kind of odd to me, but I just went ahead with it because I knew what I wanted. My intentions was coming over here. But I think that needs to be addressed, and lesson. I'm just not giving them the better information that they need in order to make it easier access.
I get what you're saying, and Isaac has mentioned this in their Tuesday Invest Town Hall and in the Thursday Tech Talk. As Isaac would say, the reason they ask for that information is just like any other app. Whenever you're receiving money, which everyone's a content creator, you know that you have to get that 1099. So if you're getting money and you're cashing out, that's only normal. Any other app does the same thing. Anytime you're receiving revenue, you have to provide your information. Now, if you're coming on and you don't expect to get any money, then I guess that's a different lane. And that may be why they prompt you to ask you that, because they want to know if you're a creator, you plan on receiving revenue, which anyone can receive revenue. As soon as you come in the audio room, there's been times where someone new will get 100 loves off the bat. You know what I'm saying? And now since they lowered the threshold to $5, people are cashing out sooner. So that's just the requirement. That's a federal requirement, as a matter of fact. Anytime that you're receiving any type of revenue to cash out to your bank account, you do have to verify your identity, and the tax information is important. So I do have a few links too. Whenever they have questions, direct them to onboarding. You know, I have this room Monday through Friday. This is where they should be coming anyway, right? So whenever they have questions that you can't answer, or any of the fan ambassadors on here, or any of the users, investors, most of them can answer that question, especially if they go to those rooms with Rama.
Yeah, and that's my intention. But my whole base problem is, as soon as they look at that, no, I'm not downloading that app because I'm not giving up my tax information, because I'm not there to collect anything. I said, well, just hit member only. They still ask you for the tax information. Uh,
Yeah.
Now you see on TikTok, and anybody that's on TikTok, unless you in the box, you ain't getting no gifts. You giving gifts. Only the creator, the host, and his guests, which, anytime you come in the box, then, you can receive gift. But getting them to understand the difference over here. As soon as you get the app, you can be a creator, uh,
Right.
or you can just be a listener. You know what I'm saying? Like they do over here. But you get where I'm going.
Yeah, but I would just say send them to onboarding. And we on the web. So if they got questions, they want answers, just send them to the onboarding web room and they can listen to it. Or they can listen to the replay because now we're live streaming. So they can also listen to replays from Rama's rooms. Just start sharing some links of them telling them that information because it's all over. If you subscribe to YouTube channel, Rama gives you all that feedback that you need to know where you don't even have to say two words. Now, they may need to have attention to detail and want to listen, you know what I mean? Because you do have to listen at one point in time, and they do have to read in one point in time. If they don't like listening or reading, then that's a them thing. But you do have to, have a little bit of discernment when you installing these other apps and just period. So yeah, just refer them to Fanbase YouTube channel. And Rama talks about it all the time. I'm making short clips about some of the information too, so they don't have to play through everything and they can just hit the bullet points. Like dark mode. They were talking about dark mode this last Rama, I think was it Rama's talk or whatever, and they was mentioning how dark mode is coming, and I did a clip of it so that people that keep asking about it can say, hey, he didn't mention this in Rama. Here's a clip, a short clip. And I'm gonna go ahead. King Jaffe, did you want to say anything or are you done? Anybody want to add anything before we end this live? Anybody have anything else they want to add? If not, again, I'm here Monday through Friday.
Hey, Joyce, Joyce, drop that link in my inbox so that way I can copy it and paste it over on my side. So when they do what you suggested, I'll
Okay.
have the link.
That'll cost you 100 hearts to drop you in. No, I'm just
That's all right. Heck, I'll give you 1,000. What
I'm
the
just
heck?
that was a joke. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live right now. I'm going to go ahead and say we are signing out until Tuesday, May 13th. And May 14th is my birthday, by the way. So I probably won't be having a room because I'm going to be doing my thing in the NC for my B day. Yes, I am a Taurus. What does that mean? It means I am stubborn. But nope, I ain't buying into the fact that people say that I'm stubborn and dominant and like to have my own way. No, 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 that's not me. Just so you know, I'm a different type of Taurus. I'm generous, I'm kind, I try to be as honest as possible. And I do like to laugh a lot. So if I laugh at the expense of someone else, forgive me in advance. But I'm signing out of this live and